Good morning and welcome to the Tri-State Traffic Show. It would help if I had the mute on the microphone off here this morning. Good morning and welcome. A little bonus show here for the week. I am off today from MeTV, so I figured, well, we might as well jump in and do a little traffic for you. Thanks so much for dialing us up. 7:32 is our time. You're watching us live on Facebook and YouTube. Come join the conversation. We'll go probably at least an hour. We'll try to push it towards 9 o'clock. We'll see if we can do the 90 minutes here. We'll just see what's going on here on this last and final Monday of January. Can believe it's already the end of January, and just where's it going? And this weather this weekend was just really early spring like, dare I say it, temps into the 50s or so. Kind of crazy stuff. Although looking at some of the longer range forecasts getting out for the next weekend, things are going to change, not for terribly long, but looks like this upcoming weekend, Friday, Saturday, it looks like we could see some bitterly cold temperatures as an Arctic blast kind of drops down from the north and heads into the area. So, we could see temps into the single digits, albeit briefly for a few moments on the overnight, Friday night into Saturday into Sunday, and then we'll continue to get a little warmer, moderate back to normal come a week from today. So you have that to look forward to, but we don't have weather today because we're usually off on Mondays. So Johnny doesn't have the weather watchers sending over the weather. So what we will do is we will go to the weather page first as we put in our sponsors here this morning. We'll drop those sponsors in, and we'll do this. Oh, I just erased my. Sorry about that. I just erased something. I got to put it back in. It's easy enough to do. Anyway, so these temperatures again are still an hour behind. I guess they're just waiting for another 5 weeks or so till we set the clocks ahead again. But you see Newark is at 42. We've got Gabreski at 31, 38 at Kennedy, 43 at LaGuardia, 44 at Central Park, and 38 in Teterboro. So, temps are relatively mild to a degree for this time of the morning. I think we're probably still a little above where we should be. Let's go to the radar. I don't believe there's really anything happening here. Yeah, it's fairly tranquil. Let's go towards the forecast, and we'll do treacherous travel conditions. How they brand that. Treacherous travel conditions. Scare the hell out of everybody. So 52 for today, 41 for Tuesday, 38 for Wednesday. And look at the low temperatures here now. 26, 27. We're below freezing. Thursday at 41. Thursday, 25. High on Friday at 31. So we're not going to go out to the weekend just yet. But, we are dry the entire week, which is good. Even starting to see wind chills coming into the upper teens to 20. So we're going to start to feel a little bit of those cold temperatures. So here it is. No, I'm sorry. They do have it into Saturday. So here it is. Friday, mostly sunny, high 31, blustery. It can be a little windy. Friday night, it's clear, low around 7 degrees. And then Saturday is sunny with highs near 25. And then Sunday, partly sunny with a high near 43. So we rebound fairly nicely to next Sunday. And yeah, so that's kind of where we are at. All right, so let's go towards our action here this morning. And Alexandra, I did see that you jumped in with a comment. Good morning to you. Good morning. A work from home day, so very nice. Very, very nice there. So we got some trouble actually close to you here. 21 North over by Park Avenue and Nutley. Everything is shut. 46 westbound Garden State Parkway in Clifton. A lane is down there. So let's go to the 21. I think there's actually a camera. It's actually north of Park Avenue. So, well, hopefully they spun the camera around. And it doesn't work. What's the point of why even have these cameras if it just doesn't work? Backed up to the Belleville Bridge because 21 is now shut. It's going to be right in here. So right in here, that's all tuned up back to Belleville. This is probably going to run you at least a half an hour or more. I believe that there is a exit here for is it exit for Belleville Turnpike? Main Street in Belleville. Belleville. Just combine it all in one. I believe this is the exit. I've not been on 21 in a long time. Let's see where this exit takes you because you may be able to jump off of here. It doesn't actually take you to the bridge, which you don't want. Belleville straight, you got to go to. Can you make a turn here? No left turn. What's the point of putting the light there if you can't make the left turn? I don't quite understand that. Why don't you just have the light set up to make the left turn? But that's besides the point. So I guess you can make that end around sweep. You get off here if you had to go to Belleville and then come up Academy Street. Take that over towards Route 7, which is Washington. Yeah, it's Washington Avenue. So you could do that. It just really depends on where you need to go, I guess, is what you have to decide. But northbound 21, that is closed here until further notice. Unfortunately, that camera is out of service. I wish that that was working. Let's continue to widen things up now. Westbound on 46. Right there. So maybe that camera on Route 20 would have this. Let's see. No. It's looking the wrong way. I think it's actually on. Well, unless it's way off in the distance there, which is possible. Yeah, maybe that camera is located out here, I think. So it may just be. It's really just off the ramp from westbound 46. This is still 46, and then it also is Route 20, but it's also affecting traffic here along 20 as well. So let's go to 80. Let's see how far that is backing up the situation. 20. Let's dial that in. Let's see what we got. It's a little difficult to see. I think This is the exit for Route 20 going south, but that's it's not really going to show us much. So eastbound 46 is heavy at Route 3. What else is new there? Same thing on 17 in Rochelle Park. Here this morning. Let's see. Connor says, good morning. Good morning, Connor. Smooth commute to school today. Very good. Unlike the other morning where you had real horror show there with the Turnpike situation, which is a nightmare. So that is some good news. Let's see what else we've got. Let's go back. 80 up by Route 15. The Parkway is southbound. An accident there. 2 right lanes are shut. Wow, it's falling apart at the seams fairly quickly here this morning. See if this camera works. May just be a little bit too far. Not going to see anything there. Out here, dialed out from Howard Boulevard from 30 up to just before 34. That's why that last camera you saw, that traffic, it was like empty because of the holdback there with 2 lanes shut on 80 East. So look for that. Let's go towards our, it's normal stuff here getting into Cranford, but from here on up to 280, Parkway is in great shape, and then it backs itself up both ways through Bloomfield. So kind of a par for the course. Normal drill. Let's go to the Parkway south. What did they say? 116 for the Art Center. So let's go to the cameras. Maybe we get lucky and we're actually able to see something. So 7:44 now is our time. Thank you so much for watching us here on the Tri-State Traffic Show. If you can, leave a comment and hit the like button on the videos if possible. I think they were looking for it there. Not seeing anything here this morning. Sorry about that. I just need to run this activity monitor here to trying to get some metrics here of how much the CPU was under load and how much RAM is being used. See if I'm really pushing maximum capacity for the new computer here. All right. So let's see here. Actually, speaking of computers very quickly, since we have Connor on the line, kind of my IT guy here. Question for you is that get a computer that has a dedicated graphics card, okay? The webcam, I'd rather run that into the graphics card so it runs smoothly, or another camera. Will it default to the graphics chip that's integrated into the chip? The chip that I'm looking at is the i7-12700. So, because if that's the case, then I'll just stick with the Mac Mini then if everything is integrated. Right now, I'm pushing I have 8 gigs of RAM. I'm only using about 5.3. The way it stands now with a couple different tabs open, and the CPU load is only about 40%. Not really pushing maximum capacity, but anyway, I digress. Back to the maps now, widen things up. The 33, the Turnpike is going to be looking good. 18 at Edgeboro, that's going to be a little bit heavy. 195, things are fine there. So is 29 building a little volume to the Trenton Tunnel. The Turnpike 295 is going to be moving along just fine. Let's go to 42 and 55. That's fairly crowded, but when is that never crowded at this time of the morning, right? We go to the Parkway, Atlantic City Expressway, Route 9, 47, Cape May, Wildwood, Middle Township. All going to be in good shape. So is Long Beach Island. All right. So let's do this now. Let's go to the Hudson River crossings. Let's dial that in. See what we're working with. About 35 on average at the George, 30 at the Lincoln, 20 to 25 at the Holland Tunnel. Jersey Transit now. And we've got an alert here on the corridor, 821 into Penn Station, New York, 15 minutes late, and River Line, 15 minutes late, southbound to a disabled train near Trenton. Okay. Right. So let's go to the New York City incident page. Let's bring that in. Connor, who is this? Connor says, my best suggestion is trying to seek a newer desktop because my concern is the overheating issue on the Mac Mini. Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right with that. And I know that the new Mac Minis are extremely efficient. Those M2 chips, they're not very power hungry as the i7 is. I just don't want to. Yeah, I mean, having the graphics card is good, but I may do some Photoshop and not particularly doing any kind of video editing per se because I have places that, but definitely the Photoshop is something that I'm starting to get a little more into, rendering and so forth. But it says here also if you have additional camera to connect to the newer PC, great, because those specs you mentioned earlier should help. Okay. Yeah, looking at the i7 with GeForce GTX 3060, I think it's not the Ti. I think it's just the 3060. And mind you, I'm coming from a computer that's 9 years old with an i5 dual core integrated graphics chip. So, we're going back basically with something like that. And, the Mac Mini itself has the M2 chip now, which is a fairly decent chip, which is head and shoulders above what I got. But, just form factor and so forth. Yeah, it's a good idea. Yeah, if you'd like to email your suggestions there with the what you think of the chip and the graphics card, that'd be great. Eventually, I wouldn't mind. I have a DSLR, but I can't get it to stay in the mode where it leaves the camera actually on, even though I have the battery connector to it. But the problem is that the camera where I have it mounted, if I put a DSLR, I'm not going to be able to see the screen. So I think I have to stick kind of with the webcam, which is fine. But I may even upgrade the webcam to like a 4K kind of deal, even though I can only output the 720p anyway. But anyway, I've digressed way off the rails here. So New York City doesn't look terrible. And again, some of the sun glare is being held back by the cloudy conditions, but north on the West Shore Expressway, we're busy into Arden Avenue, the eastbound side of the expressway is heavy across the Verrazano, and then east out to the area of Bay 8th Street and the Belt. Inbound Gowanus is a mess, straight through Industry City, across the top of the world, on up into the BQE out at Atlantic Avenue, and then southbound is heavy as you come in towards the Brooklyn Bridge. Just kind of normal stuff, some FDR congestion here at the Williamsburg Bridge. Southbound BQE heavy Queens Boulevard down to the Williamsburg Bridge. Midtown tunnels about 10 plus. Ed Koch, 5 minutes there. And all in all, it's really not a horrible ride. Southbound FDR Drive heavy into the RFK, then down to 96th Street. Southbound West Side is heavy here, getting off the George. Looks like there may be a crash there. So let's bring in those cameras, see what we can find. South is heading away, so maybe it's a little bit further south of that, but I don't think it's down into the 130s. No, that's not it. So whatever it is may have just been cleared. Well, while we're in the Bronx, again, whatever was going on here south of the George, Looking at traffic back on the Henry Hudson Parkway, almost back to the Henry Hudson Bridge. Deegan is straight out of Van Cortlandt Park to the area of the Cross Bronx, north on the Deegan, heavy in the Willis. Again, out to Yankee Stadium. Southbound side of the Bronx River Parkway, we're busy getting out to the Cross Bronx. West of the Cross Bronx is heavy into the Sheridan, so is the southbound Bruckner. On over to the RFK Triborough. North on the Bruckner is busy on up to Pelham Parkway. Upper East River crossings, they're fine. Little light congestion here west on the GCP out at LaGuardia, and then both ways the Whitestone Expressway heavy into the Cross Island. LIE is fairly congested west into the fairgrounds, but again, Jackie Robinson, both directions there west of Kew Gardens, both ways of the Van Wyck is heavy here at Atlantic and Hillside Avenues. The belt going west out by Kennedy is heavy, so is the Cross Island. As you get from the southern on up to the Grand Central, and crash on the ramp, Cross Island at the LIE. See if there's anything we can decipher from that. Unfortunately, there's well, let's see. That's the Cross Island. Nope, that's not going to show us anything. That's west, that's east on the left, and it's fairly busy. Marathon, whatever it is, maybe it was cleared. I don't see anything. All right, so let's go to Long Island now. Let's bring that to the conversation. 7:54 is our time. Getting your Washington Tri-State Traffic Show. A little bonus coverage here this morning on a Monday. So we've got a broken down vehicle, LIE. The shoulder is out. Eastbound shoulder is out at the Northern State. Back to the maps, and yeah, a little heavy here. So is both directions really with some rubbernecking delays. West, the LIE is heavy here at 135. So is the Northern at 106 and 107. Both ways of the Southern State from 18 on over to 22. Then both ways 22 through 25. And then continuing out to 28. For 135, LIE West here at Deer Park Ave is a little bit busy. West on the LIE 70 Vets Highway, north on the Sandy Coast, up towards Crooked Hill Road. Volume is not really terrible this morning. East End is beautiful, except for the Hamptons, Watermill, Bridgehampton. That's just normal delays there. Let's make our way over towards Connecticut now. I'm wondering if some will be, you know, some are going to, some of our friends will be maybe off today because of the games yesterday. You know, Philadelphia has just destroyed the 49ers. Wasn't anything left, but the 49ers you have to say that they had the fourth string quarterback in for a part of the game, and then the Purdy came back in, and it just series of events it gets tough to come back from. So we have delays 18 through 5, 42. About it, quite frankly. Not much else. 8 and 25, a little busy into 95. Southbound Route 8 at the 25 merge is busy. There's some delays there. Getting south of 44. And then we have heavier delays from about 41, just north of really 42 over to 36. Again, 18 on down through 5. It's going to be a sluggish ride, but again, that's just kind of normal. How does the picture look here, friends? Is it breaking up at all? Because I'm getting a little, I don't want to say an error message, but it's saying that it's trying to connect to the Wi-Fi, which the Wi-Fi isn't even on the computer, but not quite sure why it's doing that. I don't see anything telling me it's breaking up, but just getting confirmation. So we go east on the Cross County Parkway here at the Bronx River Parkway. That's busy. East on 287 is pretty heavy out towards Elmsford and White Plains. What else is new? Tappan Zee Bridge, Rockland County Thruway along well. So is the Thruway up into Monroe and Woodbury. Goshen 84, Route 6. That's cleared. 84 across the Beacon Bridge. That's fine. Fishkill, Lake Carmel. Brewster is good. 684 getting down into Katona at Route 22. That's continuing to be a heavy ride. Connor says, nope, it's fine. Okay, very good. Thank you. Let's see here now. 684 down to 22 into 287 is good, but this is going to be this Taconic Parkway. Just a ton of traffic into Hawthorne out of Pleasantville, Briarcliff Manor, Ossining. Kind of normal volume for the morning. We'll bring up the Hudson Valley page. I forgot to do that. Let's see. The shoulder is out. Shoulder is out, not causing a problem there on the Taconic, as well as sprain. Taconic in Yorktown. Okay. Let's go to the MTA now. Partial suspension of the L train. Bedford Ave and Myrtle, Wyckoff Aves in both directions. By a train. Ooh, that's not good. So hopefully they're okay. Some northbound AC trains running along the F line from J Street Metrotech to West 4th Street, Washington Square. Delays in the 4 and 5 northbound. Investigate why trains brakes activated Fulton Street. Back to the rails now. Delays in the Hudson line. Service resume the Hudson line. Residual delays up to 30 minutes. All right, friends. So that is the full look here so far of our traffic and transit piece. And again, as we widen up the maps, and there's definitely some delays out here, but it's certainly, quite frankly, it's been a while since I've done a Monday routine. It's certainly not as busy as what I was thinking it was going to be. And whether that is a factor of, say it, of the games from yesterday, that some took today off, I don't know, but we do have the Super Bowl set. It is in Glendale, Arizona, in 2 weeks. Be the Eagles and the Chiefs, two of the very best teams in the league. So I guess the cream really did rise to the top, as they say. But Cincinnati was definitely in it there. Unfortunate set, a little bit of unfortunate set of circumstances there at the end of the game. They called a roughing the passer, unnecessary roughness, as one of the defensive players from the Bengals was running to tackle Mahomes as he was running for the first down, and he was already out of bounds, and just gave him a little bit of a nudge and then kind of pushed him down. And they're always going to flag that because they're protecting the quarterback, and that set him up at the end of the game to move him 15 yards closer in a first down for the field goal for the win. So yeah, that's just the way stuff goes. You gotta keep your hands to yourself, kind of a deal, right? All right, so let's go back to the forecast here if we can. We'll do a sponsor at 8:15, and let's go back to our observation list now. We have the freshest numbers. It is, for the most part. We got 42 degrees here at Newark, Shirley at 37, 38 at Farmingdale, Kennedy at 39, 45 at LaGuardia, 44 at Central Park, 37 at Teterboro. Head to South Jersey now. At Doylestown in Pennsylvania, 37, Allentown, Lehigh at 32. Some fog and mist here at 37 in PIA. Trenton at 37, Mount Holly at 37. Let's go to Connecticut, Hudson Valley. Let's see what Monticello is. Huh. Okay. Oh, maybe it's a separate list. I'm sorry. So we got Bridgeport at 36, New Haven Tweed at 36, and White Plains at 36 as well. Click the wrong list. There's Monticello, fog, mist, 32. Montgomery, Orange County at 29. So we're below freezing at Poughkeepsie and Newburgh at 34. Let's go to Cape May. Wildwood at 43 now. 44 at Ocean City, 43 at in Ocean City as well, at Salisbury. Mount Holly again, 37. Wilmington, Delaware at 39. So we're in that space of upper 30s to mid 40s pretty much across the region. Let's go to Montauk. And a little bit cooler there. East Hampton Town Airport, 33, 40 in Montauk, and also Block Island at 41. So kind of normal stuff there. Now we'll go through our 7-day here from the National Weather Service. Again, Johnny, this was a last minute audible at the line, so I normally don't do a show on Mondays, but I'm off here from ETV today. So we've got today should be a nice day. Partly sunny, high near 52, so get out and enjoy some light breezes there. Tomorrow, partly sunny, high around 41, so that's nice. And then Tuesday evening is where we start to see a little bit of dip in the thermometer as temps kind of get into the mid 20s. You're definitely going to feel the chill in the air. Wind chill values between 15 and 20. Wednesday are right around 38. That's probably where we should be to begin with, seasonable. Wednesday evening into the 20s again. So we're setting up for this pattern here for some colder air. 41 on Thursday evening at 25, and then it really starts to take a nosedive on Friday night and Saturday. Temps into the single digits on Friday, February 3rd, and then Saturday is only going to be into the 20s, so it's going to be a really cold afternoon on Saturday, and then Saturday evening, low around 20. Sunday, partly sunny with high near 43. So it starts to rebound, once we get past the weekend, Saturday, starts to come back going the other way. So I don't think it's going to be very long-lived, very short, cold shot of cold air. But there we go. There we go. All right. So we go back to our incident page here this morning. Look up something very briefly. Out a little bit further. Yeah. So after, a week from now, temps get back into the mid to upper 40s and getting out even further than that against a long range forecast, but temps get into the low 50s again. So, it's a little bit of a roller coaster. Coming from this kind of early spring weather and, looking at that 7 to 10 day forecast, it doesn't seem like there's any precip of any kind. So, it's certainly not looking like anything as far as regarding any kind of snow is concerned. Who knows? Maybe we go the whole winter without snow. I don't know. It's a real head scratcher. Quite frankly, it's perplexing. All right, so the big story here this morning is 21 being shot from Belleville up to Nutley. Big accident here out by just south of Route 3, just north of Park Avenue. Everything is completely closed here this morning. So, unfortunately, the camera does not work for me. It's not really doing it justice. So I can't see anything, unfortunately. Not that we want to see anything, but just to see what the backups are and so forth. But we do actually have, let's go back here to the camera on one. Let's just see if they managed to get this one working. It's on Route 7, actually, the camera. That's my fault. 7. Here it is at 21. This is on the Belleville Bridge. I wonder if they moved it. And they did move it. They did. So look at that. Just a sea of brake lights. Wow. Well, friends, hopefully hopefully whoever was involved in this incident is going to be fine. But yeah, this is I mean, there's really you've got basically nowhere to go unless you got off there onto Main Street. Unless you got off onto Main Street and populated your way through Belleville that way. That's not a terribly easy, I wouldn't say easy, but it's just all local streets with traffic lights and so forth to make your way to Washington Avenue. That really is the biggest story here. So even if you're watching us in Newark, really, you got to be careful if you're looking to take that up to Route 3. I think you're better off going to the Turnpike's Western Spur to make your way over to Route 3, out to Alexandra territory up there, up in the Rutherfords. So just keep that in mind, friends. Keep it in mind. Now the northbound Parkway is starting to pick up. Well, it's been that way through Bloomfield for about the last 20 minutes or so. I highly doubt that any of that is residual volume from the 21 situation. It's just the normal drill, basically. This 80 eastbound accident just before Route 15, and we finally cleared that up. Finally taking care of that here this morning. As you get out to Route 15, so that's going to still run you about another 10 plus minutes or so. But again, the accident has been cleared, so just keep that in mind. Let's go up towards Sussex and Mahwah and Vernon, Hamburg, Frankfurt. Temps are into the probably lower 30, mid to upper 30s or so, but it still could be a little bit slippery. Some moisture out there, 80, 46, 78 to Clinton, Lebanon, 22, 206 is fine. Central Jersey, it really is all good, quite frankly. Southbound Parkway, a little heavy here, just south of, it looks like there's an accident here at Route 1. So let's go to the camera. Let's see if our friends at DOT, the dot, has picked this up. Parkway, if maybe it's on the ramp. And the answer is no, they're looking north. So wouldn't surprise me that there is an accident here on that ramp because it's always busy with some sort of stupidness. So we got Route 18 all dialed out from the Turnpike on into Route 1. That's kind of normal stuff. Parkway is good. Route 1 traffic light delays here, but the volume is down. That's kind of the metrics that I'm seeing here. On the Turnpike 195, your Parkway 206 is in good shape here this morning, getting through Tabernacle, Chemung, Southampton 4255, a little busy into 295 north of exit 30. That's a little bit heavy as well. Parkway, Cape May, Wildwood, Ocean City, Atlantic City, that is going to be clear. Let's again, friends, the volume is definitely down. I'm not, you're looking at the numbers. I mean, looking at the delays, and there's not terrible out there. George Washington Bridge is about 40, 30 at the Lincoln, 20 at the Holland, but that's just normal for a Monday morning. You can't seem, you're not going to escape that. The trains still 15 minutes southbound, Sable train to Trenton River Line, and the 821 arrival at Penn Station ordered up to 15 minutes late due to an early mechanical issue. Okay. Let's see here now. dial in SEPTA here. So I may need to take a quick break for a moment. Just a couple of seconds here. So SEPTA is good. That's fine. We'll put this here into that section. Those delays there. Branding. This one, and I am going to be back in just a brief moment. So we'll be back in a minute. All right, we are back. Take a quick break for a brief moment. So let's take this off. There we go. All right, so we're back in the driver's seat here this morning. You're watching the Tri-State Traffic Show. 8:18 is our time. We're going to go here probably another half hour or so. The Wi-Fi thing keeps wanting to dial in here. Huh. Okay. Anyway, so the only outlier here in New Jersey is northbound on 21. Everything is shut in Nutley, just north of Park Avenue. Now, it's possible that the DOT took the camera out for privacy reasons, or the accident actually took the camera out itself in some capacity. Possible. Again, that is right in here where it's shut just before Route 3. Okay. Let's see what else we got. City kind of just normal stuff. This westbound Staten Island Expressway is dialing out now in Richmond Avenue with that road work going to set up here shortly. Bell Parkway both ways in Ocean Parkway is busy. In Mount Gowanus is heavy straight from the Verrazano all the way up to the Brooklyn Bridge. The Belt, though, as you go east out to Kennedy Airport is fine. Both ways the Van Wyck is heavy here. And through Hillside at Atlantic Avenue, southbound BQE is busy from Queens Boulevard down to the Williamsburg Bridge. Midtown Tunnel looking at probably a good 30 minutes now, 25 to 30. Ed Koch getting busier here by the minute. East side, a little busy both ways in 96. South and the RFK Triborough is busy. West, southbound on the west side is busy. North on the Deegan. Let's go to the incident pages to see if they have anything. They do. North out by the McCombs Dam Bridge. Eastbound Bruckner, Hunts Point Avenue. Bring this into the conversation, shall we? Well, it must be just past this camera. 67th Street camera. Just dialed out because of the road work, but that's north on the left. I got the wrong side. I'm sorry. I had the no, I had it right. It's the 149th at River Ave. Concourse, that northbound side is all jacked. Maybe the bridge camera has it. I think that's what they were looking for as well. Maybe whatever it is gone. I don't know. I don't see anything. So, but we are all tuned up all the way back through to onto the Bruckner. How far back that delay goes. It's up a little bit now. Cross Bronx, still a ton of traffic coming off the George. Some of it also had to deal with the delays at the George because of the accident on the west side. Broadway, right before the Broadway Bridge, there may be something going on there. I thought there was a camera here. Huh. Okay. Bruckner going north to Pelham Parkway is busy. We go to the westbound Grand Central. We are heavy here out at LaGuardia. Both ways, the LIE into Boulevard is busy. East LIE is heavy out to the Cross Island. Southbound Cross Island it's busy out to the LIE. I think there was something going on right here just east of the Cross Island Parkway. Now I say that, let's just go to the Inform cameras because they're a different server per se. Oh, these spam bots all of a sudden have got me. Got me, Connor. Spam bots. Block the user. User was blocked. Delete comments. Do that again. Delete comment. There we go. No? Delete comment. I don't know where these things come from. Something just show up out of nowhere. Foolishness. Let's go. Where are we going? Oh, it's right to the LIE. Let's see here now. It's going west. It's east on the left. See anything? Going east there. East on the left. Whatever it is either gone or it's just beyond the scope of the cameras. Yeah, good point, Connor. Yeah, that they do that before it hits the air. Yep, I agree. Okay, so let's widen this up again. The Van Wyck both ways here at Hillside Avenue. That is crowded. Might as well just go to that camera. Let's see what we can find. Hillside Avenue. Big time mess. Big time mess. Look at all this construction. Wow, you wonder what are they doing? Just unbelievable what they're doing. And it's just funny that, you know, you're looking at the cars here today. It seems like there's like, I don't know, no one has any kind of an outlier of a vehicle. Everything is either white, black, or silver. Like there's just nothing different. Everything kind of just looks the same. It's kind of weird. A black car is so difficult to keep clean, though. Really interesting just to kind of car watch or people watch or whatever, you know. I mean, look, I mean, there's just nothing here of any, it's either white, black, or that's just a commercial car. So it's green for the business, but passenger vehicle wise, it's just, you know, literally everything looks the same. All right, there's two red cars, but everything looks the same. Crazy. I mean, just looking at that. Anyway, I've digressed already. So let's go out to Long Island now. Bring in the Long Island page. Shoulder out with a broken down vehicle. Other than this, pretty good. LA West here at 135 is busy. Northern State, same location out there, South Oyster Bay Road, west on the LIE. That's they're going east on the LIE there over by the connector. They're still saying that that's there. Wow. Let's see if we can find that. Dialed out. Dialed out. Going west into the aforementioned accident scene, and this is going west as well. West into the connector. And they were looking for something. Definitely looking for something. That Roslyn Road is fine. So whatever it is, to me, it looks like it's cleared because Inform would have had that out there. Southern State starting to settle down a little bit here. Some sluggishness at 135 north of the Wantagh up to Hempstead Turnpike is a little bit busy. But just, Suffolk County looks great, really. Just some delays to Watermill, Bridgehampton, Greenport, Southold, Orient. Volume is down, so I'm not quite sure. It's definitely down. Now, whether it's certainly possible, friends, that the work from home thing, as our friend Alexandra is doing, could potentially be kicking in after the big games. So could definitely be part of the factors. Let's go to Nothing Outliers here in Connecticut. We're going to bring in the maps again. Just south along Route 8 at the 25 merge is busy, but Bridgeport Fairfield is good. Trumbull fine on the Merritt. Just south of Route 7 is a little busy at the exit 36. We'll go 17 down through 11, then from 8 on over to 6 and 5 in Greenwich. Maybe, yeah, that's about what it is. Hudson Valley looks great, really. Just some minor backups is north of Weaver Street, east on 287, east here out by the sawmills, a little bit busy, but Rockland County, the thruway, Tappan Zee is fine. Thruway, Monroe, Route 6, 84, Goshen, the Thruway, Fishkill, Lake Carmel, Hamlet, Patterson, Pauling, 22, Route 9, 9 in Cortland, Yorktown Heights, southbound 684, a little heavy getting out to 22, but when is that never a situation? Let's dial in the MTA now if we can. Now I'm pushing, I have 8 gigs of RAM, but I'm pushing about 6.21 gigs of RAM. So I'm thinking I only need about 16. I think fine if I did the Mac Mini. Start to get up to the 32 32 things of RAM, it starts to get a little dicey. Price 10 there. Let's go to the L train, still partially suspended. ACBQ, some reroutes, 4 and 5 delays. Staten Island Railway boarding change again from Huguenot to Eltingville. Board at the Tottenville bound platform. So we will go to the rails. Delay still on the Hudson Line. Service resumed on the Hudson Line with residual delays of up to 30 minutes. Okay. That's really going to be about it. So if that's the case, then let's take a little bit of a break. We will dial in the weather here once again. So we will go to our friends at the National Weather Service. It's 44 degrees now in New York City. We'll go for their forecast for today, high near 52. So nice looking day here if we can get some of these clouds out of the way. It's going to be fairly mild for certainly the last Monday of January. May see a little bit of precip later on this evening, just the spritz here and there. Low around 36. And then tomorrow is partly sunny, high near 41. Wednesday, that's where or Tuesday night into weekend. Tuesday night into Wednesdays, that's where we're starting to see some of the colder air starting to dip down now. Mostly cloudy, a low around 26. Um, Partly sunny with a high near 38 on Wednesday. So we can see we're slowly dropping those temps. Wednesday evening, a low around 27. Thursday, partly sunny, high near 41. Friday, about 31 and blustery. And that's where the really bitter air comes in. Friday evening, Saturday evening. So we're looking at low digits, single digits, I should say, for uh, Friday evening. Be awfully chilly out there. No question about that on Friday evening. So bundle up and get ready. And then by Sunday, we're up into the lower 40s. And then looks like we continue the upward trend for Monday, Tuesday, and then getting into Wednesday, back up into the lower 50s again. So a little bit of a quick shot of cold air, but this may even rival some of the cold air we had on Christmas. But there's no precip in the forecast, so I think we're going to be snow free all the way until at least the 8th of February. So as we continue to see, let's see what the sunset times is. $5:11. Look at that. So yeah, wow, we're looking good. Week, another 7-8 minutes there. We're probably going to see daylight with dusk get it, or just past sunset till about 5:30 now. So sun is staying out longer, which is great. Okay, so we did our weather. Let's do a little sponsorship break here this morning. Let's start it off here with our friends over at Maxim Motors. 973-620-9060. Maxim Motor Cars out in Morris County, Dover, New Jersey, 303 West Clinton Street, 973-620-9060. Once again, looking for a quality, affordable used vehicle. And Connor, you have to let us know whether your friend was able to put together a deal here. Very, very small shop, only has a few vehicles. Some of these vehicles have some higher mileage on them, some minor accident damage reported. So Nick and his father Anthony go through these vehicles with a fine-tooth comb, really, is what it comes down to, and kind of pick the best of the best for what they feel that their clientele will be looking to purchase. Somebody bought that historic Buick LeSabre, 20 years old, with only 42,000 miles on it, and sold the Focus. So he only carries about between 6 to 8 cars at any given time. Civic, the Ford Focus is still there. The Grand Cherokee, that's still been hanging around for a while. So is the Forester. Honda S2000 Roadster and the Pontiac G8 Base is still with us. So again, give Nick and Anthony a call if you're in the market for a quality used vehicle. And Connor says he was looking for a used BMW M3. Oh, okay. Maybe something to give them a call. Maybe they can find it. Anna says, Buenos dias. Sorry, I'm late to the party. No problem. Thanks for joining us. So Maxim Motor Cars, once again, looking for a quality used vehicle. 973-620-9060 is the phone number. Tell them you saw it on the Tri-State Traffic Show. All right, so we will go to our other friends here, to the Shaved Cave, 1471 Raritan Road in Clark, New Jersey, 908-325-6283 for the best in men's grooming. Definitely give them a call and tell them you saw it on the Tri-State Traffic Show. Ask for my guy Omar, set up an appointment because they're busy all the time. So definitely setting up an appointment will be probably optimal for your time, their time. It takes about a half an hour for a men's haircut. You can get a hot towel shave, your fades, your trim the long hair, whatever you got going on. We'll take care of it and have the TVs running in the background, which are really nice. Big sports fans, NBA, football fans, I'm sure they'll probably be talking about the games from yesterday, today, getting ready for the Super Bowl in 2 weeks. And I'm sure they will be absolutely all jazzed up here about all the sports that's going on now in this end of January. So definitely give them a call, 908, I should say, excuse me, 908-325-6283, 1471 Raritan Road in Clark, New Jersey, conveniently located off of the Garden State Parkway at exits 135 or 136, just depending on which way you are traveling on the GSP. Very easy right there along Raritan Road, right across the street from, I would imagine, maybe one of the last remaining Friendlies in the tri-state area that is still open. So again, that's 1471 Raritan Road in Clark. Speaking of ice cream shops, we also want to just give a shout out to our good friend Ralph at the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery, 22 North Avenue West in historic Cranford, New Jersey. Not going to give the phone number out because he's not there. He's on his winter break. He returns on March the 3rd now. So that will be literally a month from Friday that Ralph will be back in action here at the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery. I'm sure Ralph is enjoying himself in sunny Florida, working on his scooping arm there during the spring training for Ralph. I'm going to try to reach out to him this week to see if he may have just a few minutes to talk to us here on the Tri-State Traffic Show. Maybe some upcoming flavors, some different things that he has in store for season, I believe it's 14 for Ralph here at the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery. So that'll be a lot of fun to see if we can get Ralph on the broadcast. But again, Ralph has been with us literally since first hour of the first broadcast back on May 9th. And has been a great friend to me, still is a great friend to me. And we are so happy that he's been a sponsor since day one. A little later than day one is Travels with Darlie Newman, our good friend there from New York City. Travels with Darlie, a wonderful travel program on PBS Crate, Amazon Prime, Wonder Woman, Ovation TV's Journey, same thing with New Jersey PBS. So we thank Darlie so much for the sponsorship of the Tri-State Traffic Show. Let me see if I can bring up her Instagram page because she's got kind of a cool, yeah, here we go. Let's see if we can bring this in. Let me title plate out. So this is on her Instagram. Definitely follow her on Instagram. She has these kind of cool retro concert-inspired world tour t-shirts celebrating 10 years of Travels with Darlie. Very fun looking shirt. And I've got my order in for one. So hopefully when they hit the printing presses, we'll be able to wear that here on the broadcast. But that's actually the same photo, I think. I think that's the same photo. I think it's this one here. It is. It's the same photo. Look at that. And this is the, let's see, this is the back of the shirt. Yeah. Kind of got that, Van Halen t-shirt from 1985 kind of vibe to it. So very, very cool promotional, promotional item. And if you go to, so this is a different website. I don't know if this is her own personal website or what. This is darliecnewman.com/shop. That's where you'll be able to, so she may have had to set up that's maybe where her shop is for these new t-shirts here. But again, darliecnewman.com/shop to pick up one of these wonderful t-shirts here. Rock inspired, concert inspired world tour t-shirts celebrating 10 years of Travels with Darlie. So very cool stuff there. Travels with Darlie showing you the world. Very nice. And they come in a bunch of different colors too. Why don't we just do this? Copy that there. First of all, let me do this here. On my mind. Paste that. Add banner. There we go. Okay. Let's just drop this into paste and go. Let's see what we come up with. There it is. There is the Travels with Darley shirt. See if should bring up the colors for the shirt. And we're really pushing maximum density here with this RAM. Okay. 8 gigabytes is certainly not going to do it for us. Here. So, maybe we got to click on. Do I have to click on it? There we go. Different colors. This is I guess what color it is. Grayish. There's black. There's the gray. That's kind of nice too. Darker green. Oh, here we go. It's dark heather, navy, black, sport gray, and white. There you go, friends. So kind of a fun little memento for travels with Darley. So fun there. Definitely check her out on Instagram. Does a lot of fun reels and so forth from her travels around the world. New one here. Let's see what this is. Watch dance, see my artistic talent shining through. You hang this on your wall or any wall. Oh, this is where she was, I guess, painting. Oh, this is from the Santa Fe show. Huh, would you hang this? Oh, yeah, we'll say yes. Sure. So those are kind of the fun things she puts up there for Instagram. So we thank Darley so much for watching and supporting the Tri-State Traffic Show. So if you're unfamiliar with Darley's program, let's go to the video. And I want to show you, this is from season 10. This will be Wilmington, Delaware. So sit back and enjoy.
Hi, I'm Darley Newman, and we're traveling back in time here at Fort Delaware as we explore American history. American history comes alive in the state of Delaware through various destinations open to travelers.
Do everything right here at the seat of the DuPont family in America.
Walking around here, you can really feel like you've stepped back in time. I was excited to come here, being Swedish myself.
When the Swedes and the Finns arrived here, this became part of the original settlement.
It's an extraordinary house, and that's why it's a National Historic Landmark.
Ordinaries were designed to feed and house the masses.
Signature dish here, shepherd's pie. Yes, I hear there are Pop-Tarts on the menu.
Mr. Biden does not engage in the occasional tipple, but we here in the First State absolutely do.
Wow, this is pretty extraordinary. On this episode of Travels with Darley.
Fun stuff there with Travels with Darley. Again, that was for Delaware, and that's coming up in a couple of weeks on New Jersey PBS. You'll watch that program on Sunday evenings or afternoons, I should say, at 2:30. And again, head to her shop here, darleycnewman.com/shop to get one of those cool concert-inspired t-shirts. Thank Darley so much for being a sponsor of the Tri-State Traffic Show. Hey, friends, we're going to go to 9 o'clock now, and still this situation along Route 21 is still with us. Let's go back here. That's been closed for the last hour and 15 minutes, at least, that we've been on the broadcast here this morning. So be careful coming out of Newark again, coming out of Newark on McCarter Highway. McCarter Highway actually is 21, but then getting up to the Belleville Bridge is going to see some issues as well. Parkway is still kind of dialed out here both ways, Bloomfield through East Orange. Hoping that would have cleared up just moments ago, but it did not. I still think there's something happening here onto the Parkway. So let's close out of the MTA. We'll close out of this. We'll close out of this. We'll close out of the MTA again. 7-day forecast over there. We're done with that. Let me see what my RAM is doing. Okay, we're down in RAM power, not Dodge, but RAM. Lots of RAM. I can remember when first computer had like, I don't even know worth of RAM. Like, I don't even know. It was like 24 to 36 megabits of RAM. I mean, you couldn't even open a web page today with that kind of RAM. North of 144. That's fine here. That's okay. Tower. Just as you swing into Irvington here, where I think something is going on as you kind of hang that left here, just south of 144, or really by 143, I think is kind of where we are seeing this morning. Watch for that. Let's see here now. We go out to 80. Things have settled down all the way, just a little back up into Parsippany. Southbound 208, little dialed out here in Fairlawn, and we will continue over to Central Jersey for the most part. 287, 78, 22, 31, 46, 80 is good. Northwest Jersey, things are fine. And that volume is definitely down. I'm not going to lie to you there. Route 9 is starting to hit the brakes now. Looks like we have an accident here just before the Parkway. So let's go on to the Ernston Road cam. See what we've got. Populate the Ernston Road cam. There it is. Ernston Road. Ernston. Yeah, that is all jacked up. So there's definitely an accident here just before the exit for the Parkway. We are pushing traffic back south of Ernston now, getting closer to 34. Closer to Perrine Road. Here now. Parkway, again, Monmouth County, everything is clean and green. Even over to the State House, everything is good here, friends. There's just not much happening. South Jersey is quiet. We'll roll into 55, a little busy at 42, but even that is not a terrible drive as well. That's okay. Staten Island cams. I think it's this road work where they're closing off the HOV lane, getting into Richmond Avenue. Expand on that, shall we? HOV is open. That when you expand one page, since it's a product of another. HOV lane is going to be open so far, but what's the delay? Okay, there. It's closer to Toad Hill Road. It's actually here. They're just closing off the HOV lane now, or it's at least closed here up to that overpass. That's what it is. They're working on the overpass. That's why they close off the HOV. So whether they continue further to the west, we didn't have anything. It was really a Manor. It's right here. Now, I got a feeling they're going to set up that construction even further to the west. They're going to continue down, shutting down the HOV. And I wouldn't be surprised if the eastbound side does it as well, because they're working on those bridges, the overpasses there. That's why that's all tuned up this morning. Rest of Staten Island is fine. Both ways, the belt kind of dialed out as well here over by Ocean Parkway, but there is a camera there. And bring that to the conversation. Oh, what is going on here? That's westbound. Okay. Then just our normal delays in the VQE both ways into the Brooklyn Bridge. Midtown Tunnel is about 30 still. But 7, 8 minutes on the Ed Koch. The FDR Drive is heavy here at the RFK Triborough. The Bronx is still fairly busy here both ways. The Deegan. Bring that up. South. Northbound side is still kind of backed up a little bit. Both ways, the Cross Bronx heavy into 3rd Avenue. Southbound Deegan still heavy. Van Cortlandt Park down at the George. Let's go north on the Bruckner extension up to Pelham Parkway is busy. Southbound Bronx River Parkway, the Cross Bronx, that is busy as well. Cross Island south of Bayside Marina down to the LIE, that is busy. East on the north on the Clearview. Best roads in New York City. There as well. That's going west here, Francis Lewis. Southbound on the Clearview. That's fairly heavy. That's heavier than what I definitely would like to see. Just exiting for the westbound Cross Bronx. Jackie Robinson, Van Wyck, both ways here at Jamaica Avenue is busy. So is both ways the LIE at Queens Boulevard. Again, just kind of regular stuff here out by the airport and the Belt. Cross Island is busy. Southern on up to Hillside Avenue. We'll venture out to down the incident pages here, Long Island. Down vehicle, shoulder out. We still have some delays on the LIE into the connector, then again into 135, west and the Southern, heavy at the Meadowbrook. I wonder if something happened here on the this up a little bit more. Let's go to Sunrise Highway now. Well, that's a little heavy here. East before 111. These cameras here. No cameras. But there's definitely some going on just east of Brentwood Road on Sunrise Highway. So look for that. Winding up, Eastern Suffolk County, Southampton, Waterville, Bridgehampton, East Hampton is good. Go to southwestern Connecticut. The area of Route 8 looks like it's under construction now at Route 25. So look for that. Our Connecticut incident page here this morning. They have it 691. Road work south between 35, 31. It's going to be right in here eventually. And then 95 is a little bit delayed into Darien. But other than that, we're in pretty good shape. Let's go to the Hudson Valley now because we're getting ready to wrap it up for a Monday, a extra broadcast. Displaced commercial vehicle in the Sawmill southbound from Bedford Road 117. Really not causing that big of an issue. Rockland County is good. 84, Route 6, the thruway. Quiet, 84, Wappingers Falls, Brewster, Danbury, 684, heading south into Katona. Things are good. Let's finish up here with your transit situation this morning. Sign off. 15 minutes, 9:16 arrival to Penn Station, New York. And sub to 15-minute delay southbound due to disabled train near Trenton. You know, we didn't bring half all morning. So I forgot about them. Just some elevator issues there. We'll go to the MTA. L is partially suspended. Local Express MNR, some reroutes in the ACB and Q, delays 1 ENF and planned Local Express 6, Staten Island Railway. Changes there this morning for today and tomorrow. Huguenot to Eltingville, board on the Tottenham bound platform. So keep that in mind. Let's go to the Hudson River crossings now. Authority page, it really chews the memory to pieces. It gets locked up. About 25 at the George, 20 at the Lincoln, and about 15 to 20 at the Holland. Okay. That memory really gets tuned up as we bring in the Port Authority pages for some reason. Not quite sure why. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching us here again on this last minute audible at the line, if you want to call it that, stay in the football vernacular for our big games from yesterday. So the Super Bowl set, Chiefs, Eagles. Who do you got? Put it in the comments there. Make sure to like, subscribe to the channel. And let's do our shameless plug here for us here on the channel. This back in. So we're looking for that all elusive 127th subscriber. We had 127, but somehow they jumped ship on us. So I'm not quite sure why, but can we see if we can get 127? Does anybody know one friend or somebody that can hit a subscribe? Connor, maybe you know anybody at school that can subscribe to us? 127 or down there at EBTV. Just getting tired of seeing 126. So, but anyway, just like and subscribe and click the like buttons on the videos because I think that's helping now. I know all of our regular friends are doing that on a regular basis, but maybe some of our newer friends are not. And again, looking at the metrics, you know, most of the videos being watched by folks who aren't subscribed. So I think the word subscribe may be like the wrong verbiage to use because you're thinking like a magazine subscription. And Connor says, I'll try. Well, thank you, sir. I think when you hear the word subscription, you think it's either going to cost you something or you're going to be on the hook for something or it's some sort of other. They're looking for something from you. And that's really terribly not the case, at least that I know of. That you just click subscribe. So it really is just as you click subscribe, it comes up into your subscription feeds and it's all metrics. If, you know, we can get that elusive 127, I'm very happy about that. Small battles that you have to win, right? So we thank everybody for tuning us in here this morning. Let me put myself back on camera. There we go. Thank everybody for tuning us in. We thank all of our sponsors, Shave Cave, Maxim Motor Cars, Travels with Darley, and Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery. We want to thank Connor, Alexandra, and Anna for joining us here. As always, on this Monday, again, we're off tomorrow because back in action up at MeTV tomorrow morning. Then we'll be back on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Today, get out, enjoy some of this wonderful weather. About 50 or so today, so maybe I don't want to say get the car washed because there could be some showers that come through later on this afternoon. into this evening. So just keep that in the back of your mind. But again, it's going to be fairly mild for this January the 30th, around a little low 50s or so, between 50 and 53, depending on where you are. It's really the colder air is going to come in, and John and the weather watchers will inform us more on that as they get more data coming into the Weather Center for our Wednesday show. That Friday evening, Saturday evening could be fairly cold. So when I say cold, I mean, we've been looking at temps way above normal for this January. Could be the warmest January on record ever. Temps could be into the single digits Friday night. So just kind of keep that in mind. All right, friends, have a magnificent Monday and drive safely. And we'll see you back here on the broadcast on Wednesday. See you then.